I don't think it makes any difference at all. I mean, if it's a question of recreation for the man as opposed to actually having ED, who cares? Who cares? As long as everybody's enjoying themselves. Right?
Okay, I don't know.
I mean, I have absolutely no ego about anything. Do you know what I mean? I would not be hurt or mortified if my guy, there is no guy, would... Many years of it. I actually live a very sex-free life.
No!
Yeah, but that's for another show. But, you know,
but isn't
I don't think it wouldn't, you know, would it feel personal, like, oh, he doesn't find me attractive, he has to have help?
Isn't there an element of deceit there somewhere that you're, you know, it's no? No.
Not to me.
Okay.
No, you have to pass the question on to those
I can see Larry wrinkling a cute little...
I was thinking, actually, I can't imagine... I think a guy would take Viagra for himself, not really for you, because speaking as a woman, you know, beyond a certain number of minutes, it's quite dull, frankly. There are other things you can do that are far more interesting that don't necessitate the use of Viagra. So, actually...
If you're talking about putting up shelves, you're...
No, I'm not. No. I have had the situation where you thought, oh, for God's sake, it's been 20 minutes. Could you know...
How long?
Well, you know what I mean? and so, actually, in a way, would rather he didn't use Viagra because it actually would set up an expectation. Then we'd be there for hours, and I have got other things to do. So, and I think but if that's what he felt he needed, and as kind of go ahead really. But I think it's about men's idea of what sexuality is about, and not about what women's idea is.
That's interesting. Craig, you have absolutely no idea, do you, Craig?
No,
you're the only gay man I know who's never taken it.
I think I am.
You are?
The only gay man that's never taken it, because I know a lot of my, you know, gay friends use it recreation, you know, and, like, take 2, 3, 4 of them at a time, you know, after the party pills, you know.
Don't do that, by the way, kids. It's not recommended.
No, it's not. But, I mean, people do that, you know, for recreation, which is, I suppose, you know, entirely up to them. I would like to try one to see if it had any sort of effect.
Well,
and it's nice if you're a premature ejaculator, you know. I suppose...
Breakfast time, kind of.
Is it breakfast? But I suppose it is sort of good for that, you know, if you are. Or... OK, you're guessing I'm not on the BBC.
Well, you think you can get away with it because you're on 5? Oh,
yeah.
That's lovely.
5! There's a lot more sort of vocal freedom.
Yeah.
I can't work out whether I want to go to the panel or to the audience or to the calls. Audience or calls. Let's do calls.
Annie's got a good one. She's on line 1.
Annie, good morning.
Good morning, Matthew. How are you?
I'm tip-top. Thank you for picking up the phone, because I can imagine
welcome.
Not necessarily something you want to share with the country.
I listened to you really carefully this morning because I got through many months ago, didn't listen to you well enough, and I actually made you bang your head on the desk.
Yeah, it was you. Right, OK, so what do you know about Viagra, Anne?
Well, my husband and I use Viagra. My husband takes it, and what happens is that if we have a weekend and the kids are away, we have a marathon.
I believe they call it Snickers these days, Annie. Although it'll always be a marathon to me. Do you want to enlighten these guys as to, you know, I mean, Larry in particular, woman to woman, I mean...
don't you get a bit bored?
No. I will openly admit that I enjoy sex, and I enjoy that particular part of sex.
What, the sex bit of sex?
You see, that says so much about you, Matthew. That really does.
The grunting and the thrusting, you like that.
I do.
But would you... But, Annie, so for the benefit, again, for Larry, would you be able to tell, right... Do you need to be told that your husband is using it, or would you be able to tell anyway?
If my husband had taken it, I would be able to tell.
How?
Most definitely.
Oh, God, Linda. So, that was the one question I hope nobody would ask.
It's not that, you know, our sex, when he hasn't taken it, is disappointing in any way, because it's not. But I would definitely be able to tell, because when if he fell asleep, then there'd still be a tent in the bed.
Right, OK.
I'm definitely taking it. I want that experience. I want it.
We did try. We did pop down...
whether it would make a man quite lazy, because that's, you know, that's there, so we might as well pursue that avenue,
This is 'cause
sexually
you have such
speaking.
a negative view of men, Larry.
No,
That's
I
right.
haven't got a negative view of it.
Oh,
I've
it's
got
only
a
doing it
more...
for the man. He's only doing it for him.
No. I've got a slightly more all-encompassing view of sex, possibly. That it's not all about, and I can't say that, but it's not all about that element. It's much broader than that. And that's what makes it much more interesting.
Yeah, I hear you. But just so you know, Craig, we did try and actually get you some today because I knew you'd want some at the end of the show. And we sent one of our producers down to an erectile dysfunction clinic, but he arrived on the wrong day. And he didn't want to be left standing around for too long, by all accounts.
The weekend.
You put the devil in me, Linda. You
Oh, my
really
God.
have.